Are you new to the world of photography, contemplating your first lens purchase? If so, then this is the video for you. Stick around because I'm going to be discussing the lenses I feel you should buy first and sharing a few budget options to keep some cash in your pocket. Hey guys, welcome to Tin Tops Photography, your one-stop shop for hints, tips, and tutorials for the beginning photographer. If you want to stay updated with new and useful photography tutorials, explanation videos, and product reviews, please hit the subscription button now so you'll never miss a video. Here's my recommendation for the first lens every photographer should get once they decide to graduate from a kit lens, and that's a 50mm 1.8 prime lens. A 50mm prime is probably your most versatile lens. You can also buy one without breaking the bank. If you don't know what a prime lens is, your prime lens is a lens with a fixed focal length, meaning the lens doesn't zoom. But don't let that freak you out. This thing isn't nicknamed the Nifty 50 for no reason. You can use a prime for portraits. I took clients using one right from the beginning. At a 50mm focal length, it's considered about as close to match to your eyes as you're going to find. This is great for portraits because it doesn't distort facial features like a true wide angle would. While not a wide-angle lens, 50mm is also wide enough for the beginner to shoot some landscapes. All of these lenses tend to be very sharp. There's no moving glass inside, and you'll find a 50mm prime in almost every photographer's bags. So I have two examples with me today I'm going to talk about, and both these lenses are 50mm primes, and they're both budget lenses. They're extremely affordable. I mean, who wants to invest a ton of money when you're just starting out? You probably just spent a ton of money on your camera, a ton of money on camera cleaning stuff, tripods, all sorts of other stuff. Either one of these would be a great first lens to add into your kit. Okay, so both the lenses I'll be talking about today are linked in the video description. I'd ask if you decide to purchase either one, use the links I provided, help support me bringing you future photography videos. You get a great deal from Amazon with these lenses, and I get a few bucks to help keep you making content for the channel. The first lens I have here is the Yongnuo digital 50mm 1.8 standard prime lens for Canon. You can also find models for Nikon available on Amazon. This is an autofocus prime lens. It currently holds a 4.5-star review on Amazon, and it comes in under $70 depending on which manufacturer you need the lens to be compatible with. It is the more budget-friendly of the two lenses I'll be talking about today. Just like the other lenses I'll be mentioning later, this lens opens up to a 1.8 aperture. The large aperture size allows a lot of light in when it's set wide open for great blurry bokeh backgrounds and quick autofocus. The lens comes with a toggle for manual and autofocus, gold-plated metal contacts, and a support for the major program modes of your camera, allowing aperture and exfil data to be displayed on your camera. It weighs in at 4.2 ounces and has a minimum aperture of f/22. This lens also supports APC sensors, so you don't have to have a full-frame camera to use it, which is great because a lot of beginners don't start shooting with a full frame. In my experience, this lens performs about as well as the Canon brand 50mm STM lens that I'll be reviewing next. This is just a little less sharp than that lens by Canon, but if you're pressed for money, this is a solid buy for the beginner. The second lens we're looking at today is the Canon EF 50mm 1.8 STM lens. This is the lens I'm filming this video with. Nikon also has a Nikkor 50mm 1.8 on the market if you're looking for a Nikon, but I won't be reviewing that one today. I do consider this Canon lens a decent step up from the Yongnuo, and at a price point around double what the Yongnuo goes for, it's a little more of an investment, but completely worth the money. It's made by Canon and you can tell the quality is there. It's great in lower light, and the STM focus motor is almost silent, which is great if you're doing video. Nothing is worse than your camera's audio picking up the focus motor in your lens. The lens supports continuous movie servo, autofocus, which helps you keep your video in focus, and a smooth autofocus for stills. At wide open, this lens is 1.8, and at its smallest, the aperture is f/22. It currently holds a 5-star rating on Amazon, and it's a lens I use daily. One thing I do need to touch on for both these lenses is crop factor. If you're shooting on an APS-C camera, the lens will act more like an 80mm lens than it does as a 50. This is due to the size of the sensor in the APS-C camera, and it's simply unavoidable short of buying a full-frame camera. But it's something I feel compelled to mention. But there you go, guys. Those are my budget choices for the first lens you should purchase. If you're a Nikon shooter, the Nikon Nikkor 50mm 1.8 is a fantastic lens. I didn't have one here to record this video with, but I used the lens to great effect in many places around the world. So if you shoot on Nikon and want to go a step above the Yongnuo, then I recommend you check out the Nikkor 50mm 1.8. Remember guys, both these lenses and a link to the Nikon lenses are available in the video description. If you found this information helpful, please give the video a like and subscribe so you'll be notified when my new videos come out. I'm constantly making new tutorials, instructional videos, and product reviews aimed directly at beginning photographers or anyone wanting more knowledge or insight into the world of photographs. Thank you for watching and stay creative.